Good morning, first graders. My name is Mrs. Sanderson, and I am here today to work on my teaching skills because I am a student at Iowa State going to school to become a teacher. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. What are your names?
I'm Paige.
Good morning, Paige.
I'm Melissa.
Good morning, Melissa. We are going to work on time today. What do you guys know about time? What have you learned about time so far? Melissa.
You could tell it on a clock?
Good. Good. Paige.
There are 24 hours in a day.
Very good. You are right. But think about an actual clock. When you see the clock on the wall, what do you notice about that clock? Melissa.
There's numbers on it.
There are numbers. Do you guys know what those numbers mean? No, okay. We're going to talk a little bit about what those numbers mean today and what some of the other things on the clock are. What else do you notice about the clock? Besides numbers, what else does it have?
Hands.
Hands. Very good. Very good. And do you guys know what those hands mean? There's one big hand and one shorter hand. Do you know the difference between the two? No? Okay. Let's look at a clock here for just a minute. And my clock has the hands on it, and on the hands it tells you what they mean. So the little short hand right here is the hour hand, and the long hand here is the minute hand. And as you can see, we've got 12 numbers on the clock, and those are the hours of the day. Now, on some clocks, they have little marks between the numbers, and those are the minutes. And do you guys know how many minutes are between each number on the clock? Let's look at this clock and let's count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 minutes between each number on there. Okay, before we go any further, we're going to read a little bit. A book, and it's called TikTok Sharks.
I really like sharks.
Sharks are neat, aren't they? At 8 o'clock in the ocean flow, whale sharks wake, get dressed, and go. At 9 o'clock in the ocean cool, mako sharks arrive at school. At 10 o'clock in the ocean breeze, bull sharks learn 1, 2, 3s. And as you look at the clocks on here, it's going to tell you the different times that we're talking about. At 11 o'clock in the ocean grand, thresher sharks play in a band. At 12 o'clock in the ocean black, horn sharks munch a lunchtime snack. At 1 o'clock in the ocean wet, sand sharks learn their alphabet. At 1 o'clock in the ocean waves, hammerhead sharks misbehave. At 3 o'clock in the ocean form, blue sharks race all the way home. At 4 o'clock in the ocean gray, white-tip sharks learn water ballet. At 5 o'clock in the ocean bright, tiger sharks eat spaghetti tonight. At 6 o'clock in the ocean bronze, great whites brush their teeth and yawn. At 7 o'clock in the ocean deep, leopard sharks go to sleep. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about the clock before we continue on? No? Okay. Then what I'm going to have you guys do, I'm going to pass you out each a clock, and we are going to cut that clock out, and then we're going to practice some different times with that clock. Yours is doing an excellent job of cutting those out and being so quiet too.
Melissa's not very good at cutting.
Oh, she's doing a good job. It's not a race. Everybody just does their best at their own pace. Okay, nice work. Now we're going to have to pretend for a minute that we have the brads because that's the one thing I forgot. So we're going to practice putting some times on our clock. Now, the little hand is going to be the hour hand. So that hand is going to point to the hour that we're going to talk about. And the long hand represents the minutes on the clock. So as we go back to our clock, what were the minutes on the clock? Do you guys remember? It shows it better on your clock. What are the minutes?
They're 5.
There are 5 minutes. Very good, Paige. So these, excuse me, these little black marks are going to represent the minutes. Today we're just going to stick with hours, and we're going to stick we'll maybe try some half hours depending upon how things go here. So I'm going to show you some examples here, and we'll even just kind of look at what some of the examples that were in the book. So the 8 o'clock, we're going to move our hand to the 8, and that's going to tell us the hour. And then the minute hand is going to go up at the 12. Anytime you hear somebody say o'clock, that means that it's going to be at the 12. Okay? Anytime somebody says, like if we change this to 8:30, the minute hand is going to move down to the 6, and the hour hand will stay at the 8. Now the minute hand here moves to the 6 because we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And there are 30 minutes in every half hour. Okay? That means that there are 60 minutes in an hour because there's 30 minutes on the half hour, and when you complete it, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, that gives you the entire hour. Okay. So you guys did a great job of doing 8. Now let's try 9:30. How do you think that you would do 9:30? Excellent job. You guys are really good listeners today. Okay, how about, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. How about 2 o'clock? Boy, you guys are catching on really fast to this. Nice work. Okay, how about 10:30? Excellent. Okay, we're going to do one more, and let's do 7 o'clock. Nice work. Okay, the very last thing that we are going to do is I'm going to hand you guys this worksheet. I want you, don't forget, put your name at the top, and then up here you're going to see the time, and I want you to draw the time into the clocks. And when you're doing it, I want you to just be careful and remember that one hand needs to be shorter than the other hand. So I'll give you those, and you can work on those for the next few minutes, and I will come around and help you guys as you work on those.